Well, we're all done here. This is what's left. We're actually moving today, but this is what we got decked up to go. Not a whole heck of a lot, but there's some there. I turn around, come back, and go back through. So this here was just one part of the job. There's quite a few different units in this place, but this is one part of it. We had the other side of the road here too. Not very big pieces, but there's quite a bit of wood in them. Some pulp left here yet. Bolts and some logs back there. Basically, this cut ends just down here. Well, it goes back in there a little ways. Then farther down the road here is where our other unit was, back off in the woods. There's a few of them back there too, a few bigger ones. Can't remember how many acres total this was. 60 something maybe, I can't remember. Not positive. But got some wood down here yet too. There's a pile of pulp, there's some bolts and some logs here. Basically it. There's a road going in over there. Took us to a unit that we did, and then down there takes us into, oh, there's like 1, 2, 3, I think 3 different units back there. So yeah, gotta get that thing going because the truck's coming to get us moved. Well, here it is. We started this job a few years ago. We're back now because the ground's finally frozen. We can get something done, but we started this job in like 2021. We cut over there, red pine plantation. We did some thinning, marked trees. There was some hardwood back there, and there's another plantation back along that edge. We did. I got to thin out this plantation here, and then there's a little break, then there's another little tiny one down there. Farther back there's one, and then there's all kinds of birch in here, and what the heck else is there? There's a bunch of popple that's got to go. All the rest of the hardwood stays, but we ain't got nowhere to deck on this job. The stuff over there would be able to deck straight ahead from that side of the job, but there's train tracks here and we don't want to cross those tracks all the time, and these ditches are really deep. Can't really cross them. We're not putting a tube in. We're not going to get a truck in here to push a landing in for or nothing like that. So I gotta take the chainsaw today. I'm going to start whacking all this stuff down along here so that he can sit on the other side and deck into the ditch with the wood for the truck to just pick from the road. Some of this bigger stuff I'll leave standing. I'll just do it with the machine, but this smaller stuff here, like all that brush, I gotta use the chainsaw on, because the machine I would just throw chains all the time on there. It'd be horrible. So I'm gonna get started on this. Waiting on parts today. Got a couple little issues with the machine I gotta get sorted before I can start cutting trees in here, but some of this area is pretty darn brushy in this plantation, so it's gonna be it's grown up since we were here last, but it is what it is. This is the job we're on, and I don't know, see where it goes from here. Guess show you progress as I go. Well, so far this is what I've accomplished. Cut one tank. These ones that are standing here yet, basically I'll cut those with the machine because they're all leaning right in the road. I'll have to come back through, and that triple there, I'll have to cut the stumps down lower so that he can drive through there with the skidder and not have to run him over. But it's all like little alder growing up in here, like that stuff there, that's alder. That's a cherry, but otherwise it's birch. I gotta trim up these red pines some more. I'll have to use the machine. I reached up as high as I could with the saw to limb them. And these ones here, I should be able to sit along here and cut with the harvester. That way they don't fall in the road. Some of them have little twigs here and there. Snowplow will push them off. But made it from way down there all the way up to right here on one tank of gas. Move the car farther down. I should be able to cut right past the car with my next tank of gas. So just gotta keep picking away at her. Well, I cut 2 tanks now. I made it from wherever the heck I was here all the way down. Let's see here, I'm going to pause this for a second. Made it all the way down past the car. A little bit bigger stuff in here I tipped over, but it's so brushy it's still standing up, so I have to pull it all out of there with the machine. And there's all these bigger ones I'll cut off, and there's a clump of birch there that I tipped over. This here would be a good place to deck. It's pretty open here, this area. And then kind of just made it up to this state wildlife area sign here. Figured that's about as far as I can really go, because the pines are pretty close to the road here, and there's going to be no room for him to park the machine between the pines and then still set wood in the ditch. So just have to be good enough area along here. And this goes all the way down. I don't know if you can see, there's a mailbox way down there. Probably can't see it, but it goes past that mailbox yet. So I'm sure I'll have to cut some holes down there too eventually. But for now we're going to start on this piece of the woods and just keep working our way that way. So, talk to y'all later. So this is a piece of that job that I'm on. We cut all the popple out of here, except for a little bit of it because we ran out of contracts for it, but there's still some standing there, some back there yet too that I gotta cut. But this is an area that we cut 3 years ago, and this is all aspen regeneration here. This is maybe 4 years ago. 2021 I think we cut this. Anyways, this is aspen regeneration. Look how tall this stuff is. Man, it's just like dog hair. It's like dog hair in here with it. This is what happens when you cut a woods. It'll grow once you get some sunlight to it. Otherwise you don't get sunlight, nothing will grow. You don't see nothing nice coming up. It gets all shaded by the sun. So kind of show you here in an area that we haven't cut yet. We thinned out all this red pine at the same time. Right now I'm on a skid trail, so like these little oak trees are pretty big already for And these guys here, 3-4 years ago, those are pretty big already. But this here we haven't cut yet. Where these big popple are. Through here. Once these are out of here along this edge, it's gonna look like dog hair like back there. Don't get me wrong, there is some regeneration coming up, but it's mostly maple, which is shade tolerant. So you got that. I just wanted to show you what a few years looks like after you cut out woods. And all the brush in here from all the tops from the red pine, everything's already rotted and gone mostly. Don't even look like we've been here.